Welcome to Excel for Work video 8, Basic If Formula with real examples. So if you open your workbook and you go to the worksheet If, you will have the sheet in front of you. And let's say the accountant sent this to you and some other department comes along and says, we need to know if we're making gross profit margins or markups. Now what are we going to do? So we're going to look at the sheet now. Let's understand the if function first of all. The if function allows Excel to make decisions. It works very simply. It works like this. If something is true, do this. If something is false, do that. For example, if sales or GP is greater than a target, show pass, otherwise show fail. This is the foundation of automation in Excel. Don't be confused by the sheet in front of you with all the figures. I'm going to keep this very simple, and don't worry if it feels strange at first. This becomes much easier with practice. So let's go ahead and let's have a look. We have the sheet. Let's just click here. Let's start a sort into A to Z just to make sure that everything is in order. So in this column, we're going to put if. And we're going to say markup. Let's just type it out for you. Okay. And in the next column, we're going to have if gross profit margin. Okay, so we've been given targets. So let's start our if function. Remember, to start working with any formula, you got to go equals, type in if, tab will open your brackets. Now, when working with more complicated formulas, I strongly suggest you go up here, click on the insert function box, and it will come up with your function arguments. It tells you over here, checks whether a condition is met and returns one value if true and another value if false. So our logical test is going to be, let's say they want to know whether we are doing 50% markup on these products. So we're going to go to logical test. We can click on this box. We can go, all right, if markup, which is on the first row, we can see it's 100%, is greater than 50%, right? And then we press enter. It's got that in already. It does our brackets for us. If it is true, we can type in whatever we want to put in there. We can say pass, or if it's not met, we can say fail. We can also say acceptable, or whatever they want you to put in there. Let's just keep it and say true for now and false. I just want you to be aware you can put in anything you want there that is required from you, and Excel will give it to you. So let's click OK. So it says now our markup is true. If we go back to our formula bar, we said if this markup from this product, the pen, is greater than 50%, it will equal true. So let's grab this, go down to the bottom right of your box or your cell, and let's drag it down. Now we can see true, 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 false. So let's look at one of the falses. So this says if J9, we made 50%, but isn't the target 50%? Correct. Greater than means above. So if they give you a target of say 50%, you'll actually need to put in 49%. Okay, we're going to put there, that's true. Let's pull this down now, and we'll see that one now has changed to true. So That is basically how the if function works. So let's do another example. Remember what I taught you right in the beginning. This is working off relative references, not absolute. So it's going to go down as you drag and take that row into account. So let's go to gross profit margin. So let's equals if tab to open. Let's open our argument box. Let's go logical test. If our gross profit margin, which is in column K, is greater than 49%, enter. We can say on track or not met. You can put anything you want in there. So let's drag it down and we go down. And we can see that it's showing this one is not met because this is not greater than 49%. That is your basic if function. At this point, you've already learned more than most Excel that beginners know. So you're doing very well. Do not be confused by any of this. In the next phase, we'll move on to our more intermediate skills that make you faster, more confident, and more valuable at work. Don't forget to download the free Excel starter sheet in the description so that you can practice along. And I will see you in Excel for Work video 9.